We are at the Sea of Galilee in northern Israel, a place that has a tremendous Christian history because it was in this area, this region, that Jesus Christ preached during his lifetime. And in this video, I want to search for the place, maybe, where Jesus walked on water. Capernaum, the town of Jesus. My friend Nathan here, what do you think? Huh? What do I think? See, there are pilgrims coming here from all over the world. Philippines?
Indonesia.
Indonesia?
Okay.
Wow. I love Indonesia. I've been to Indonesia, you know? Bali.
Yeah.
Bali. And you're Christian?
Yes.
Christian, yes.
Ah, nice, yes.
Shalom.
Shalom,
Where
shalom.
you come from?
No, I'm from here, from Israel.
Oh, you're
But
from
I was
Israel.
in Indonesia. You know, I
Okay.
visited not just Bali,
Okay.
Jakarta also, and Bandung,
Bandung.
Yogyakarta, the temples over there.
Okay.
Yes, some people they don't know that people from Indonesia they visit Israel
Okay.
if they are Christian.
Okay.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Enjoy. See, from Indonesia.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
No.
Because Indonesia, of course, it's a big Muslim country, but they have a Christian population there as well. And there are some of the people that come here to visit some of the sites that are related to Jesus Christ, of course. Here is the entrance fee, 10 shekel. Capernaum, city of Jesus, they call it. Look at this structure we have over here. This was a town that was built in the Hasmonean era, around the 2nd century BC. And we have here one of the ancient synagogues that was in this place. Look at the columns over here. Still intact. I don't know what it says here, something in Latin. What is this? Jesus.
Just me.
Jesus haircut he's got over here. But yeah, this area, some of the disciples of Jesus come from this region, and this was an area where a lot of the preaching of Jesus Christ took place. And we have over here, look, remains of some of the old buildings. There was a 2,000-year-old town here. Around 1,500 people lived here. And what's crazy is, look, a church that is built, a new church that's built on top of the ruins that we're going to go check out right over now. So this church is built over the remains of what are supposed to be the house of St. Peter. Yes? So you come up over here, see the church. It's currently empty. You go over here and you see above the ruins of the ancient house. Again, this was a village 2,000 years ago, and this is where St. Peter was supposed to have lived during the time of Jesus Christ. And here in Capernaum, they did many of the preaching, and many of the events that are mentioned in the Gospels took place here. I'm not an expert on New Testament because I'm Jewish, and we don't learn it in school, unfortunately, because I think it would be cool and interesting to learn more about it. But many of the events that happened in the Gospels, they took place here, and this is the house, and this is the church.
I wonder how they carved out those carvings here.
This guy's a carpenter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also like Jesus. He was also a carpenter.
Maybe.
So they have here a statue of St. Peter. You are Peter, and upon this rock will build my church. Matthew 16:18. Know that if we go to the northern part of the Sea of Galilee, is where we want to go later, is another place that's important to our story called Bethsaida,
Bethsaida, yeah.
or in English, or Bethsaida, which is another important location in the life of Jesus Christ. And if I understand correctly, the story, the walking on water story, was that they were crossing by boat, his disciples, back from Capernaum towards Bethsaida. Or it might have been the other way around, depends how you interpret it. Brazil. You bring a tour group here? You are the guide, no?
Brazil.
But you,
Brazil.
but you are the, who was the guide? Someone was the guide?
Brazil. Brazil.
All Brazil. English? No.
Quer saber quem é que toca o bumbo?
No.
Patrícia.
Okay. No English. English?
Okay.
Yeah. Not so good.
Ok.
English.
Fala português?
Português? No. No.
Français?
Francais? No. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You from Brazil?
From Brazil.
Brazil? English? You speak English?
Just a little.
Little bit. Okay.
From?
I'm from Israel. Yes. How was your trip?
Yes.
It's good?
Very, very good.
What do you think of the site?
Yes.
You like it?
And okay.
It's good for you?
William. Yes.
Okay.
And Patricia, leader.
She's the leader.
Leader.
Okay. Yeah, they even give you a hat.
Yeah.
Sarel, no. Well, welcome.
You
From here. Yes.
is tourist?
No.
No.
I kind of. I'm a tourist in my own country.
Ah,
Visiting this place. Yes. Yes.
I'm from Brazil.
Where Brazil?
Very good.
Where? In Brazil?
São Paulo City.
Sao Paulo. I've
São-
been to Sao Paulo.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Last year.
Oh.
Or 2, no. 1 year and a half ago.
What's
Sao Paulo, big city.
what's your name?
Alec.
My name is Simone.
Simone.
Nice
Okay.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to our country. Thank you for visiting.
Sorry, I speak
English,
just
little bit.
Little.
I know.
little.
I speak no Portuguese,
No,
so it's okay.
Do you understand Portuguese? Portuguese.
Portuguese. No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very fun. But where? Where in Indonesia you come from?
Jakarta.
You know, I was in Jakarta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I visited. I'm from Israel,
Israel, okay.
and I made a video for my blog in Jakarta, and
Jakarta.
I met the pastor there.
Okay.
You know Pastor Gilbert?
Yeah, I know.
You know him?
Yeah.
I met him.
Yeah, oh, you met him.
Yeah, in the center there where
Yeah,
they.
Dublin City.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, it's
Denny.
welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming
Thank
from
you.
so far away.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are so welcome
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
Amazing. Oh, guys, I hope you had a good. Was it
Yeah.
good? The site? You enjoy?
Enjoy, very enjoy.
Amazing. Right. So we have here brother Ramzi. He's
Yes.
Arab Christian.
Yes, I'm
And
Arab
he's
Christian
helping.
from Jerusalem.
You were helping these.
Yes, I'm a tour guide here. My group is from Indonesia, also Christian.
Right.
Indonesia.
I was. People are surprised. There are Christians in Indonesia.
Of course, Indonesia is the biggest Muslim country in the world, but we have many, many Christians also.
Yeah.
And praise the Lord, during this war, from the few groups that entered Israel during the war is from Indonesia. So every week we have groups from Indonesia.
Ah, okay.
So
And how's the connection of the local, some of the local Arab Christians to these sites of Jesus? Do they visit a lot? Are they?
Normal, you know. Sometimes we visit during holidays, and I'm like my work because I'm a tour guide. I'm very often coming here. But for example, my family maybe once a year they come here to visit the sites like Capernaum or the Mount of Beatitudes or the Church of Tabgha or Nazareth or Cana. Sometimes we come here. Well, that's normal.
There's a boat that they say it's from Jesus's time.
From Jesus, it was called Jesus' boat.
Yeah,
But because, in Israel, not many people believe in Jesus.
that's true.
That's why they changed the name into Ancient Galilee Boat. To take like an international name for this boat, because they cannot claim that this boat belongs to Jesus. We don't have a proof 100% that
Right.
this belongs to Jesus, but maybe one of the disciples of Jesus, because it's in the area of Gennesaret. And Kibbutz Gennesar is now a location of new kibbutz, commemorates Gennesaret, which is an old town during the time of Jesus, was in the western part of the Lake of Galilee.
Yeah.
That's why we don't claim that this is the boat of Jesus, but at least we show tourists that this might be one of the boats that was used by the disciples during that time.
Did we see now in recent months like an increase maybe a little bit in the travelers because the situation of the conflict had
yes,
improved
of
a little
course.
bit, or?
Of course, yes. After the what we heard about the ceasefire in Gaza, the number of the visitors increased a little bit. But now, most of them they're still asking, and they started to ask again about the situation here. We hope for peace. We hope for better situation for all Israel and, of course, all the Middle East. We always pray for peace.
And when the conflict is lower, then there are more people who can
Of
visit.
course,
You know,
of
it's
course.
always, it has an
Usually,
effect.
you have to visit Capernaum during the high season. Well, we cannot park here.
Yeah.
We
parked
need to
over
park
there as well.
outside. Many tourists here come.
Ramzi, thank you so much.
Okay.
Guys, if you want to visit here, then you see, it's safe, it's good, you
It's
got some
very
nice
safe.
guides.
It's very safe.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye bye.
Very nice guy.
Very nice.
And of course, Israel has Arab Christians. They are a very small minority in Israel because the Muslim Arabs are also a minority. They're like 20%. And then you have like a couple percent that are the Druze and the Arab Christians.
We also have
Circassians, though, are really small.
Yeah.
They're like a really small group. So I remember I had this discussion. There was a guy when I worked in the news. He was an Arab Christian. And he told me, man, he says, I'm a minority in a minority. Because the Arabs are a minority, and the Christians are a minority inside that minority. So that's the deal. Let's not get run over here by the bus. Well, we're putting the footsteps of Jesus on hold a second because we're super hungry, right?
Very hungry.
And there's a place here like on the road with some of the best hamburgers in Israel, according to my friend Nathan the carpenter. So yeah, we're gonna go get ourselves a nice burger. But here's another view of the Sea of Galilee that you can see, or you can't see so well. You'll see more of it later, don't worry. Northern Israel is so empty compared to central Israel. It's like you have all these hills and stuff, little towns along the way. It's a completely different experience.
And it's greener.
It's considered the most beautiful part of Israel from a nature perspective, for sure. That's what they tell us when you live in like Tel Aviv, like I have. The people from the north, ooh, it's so nice. But that's how they get over their boredom, because you know there's not that much to do over here. So they say, oh, we have the nature, you know.
But it's pretty nice.
It's very
In
nice.
Tel Aviv, all you get is like flatness.
That's
The
true.
city is flat.
It's that whole area. It's
Land.
not. There's not that much to see from that perspective at all.
Yeah.
You can see over there some white, like really in the mist. That's the Hermon mountain, which sits on the border between Israel, Syria, and Lebanon. It's also the only place in Israel where you consistently have snow. They actually have like a site there, like a really bad skiing site, really bad compared to Europe. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Compared to Europe, but it's the only thing we have.
But the thing is that in Israel, families, they go with their kids to the Hermon just to play in the snow. Because it's like, whoa, snow. Like there's some people, you know,
we don't have it.
there's nowhere else where you can get snow. So they go over there. You can see it like maybe that way, in that direction. But we're hunting for food. We're hunting for, there's a hamburger along the way, like a roadside burger place that we're hunting down right now. It says here shelter against rockets. And it says the tune that Nasrallah wrote is gonna come back. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says. See, is the entrance. Nasrallah is, of course, or was the head of Hezbollah for like 30 years.
He's already dead.
Well, Israel blew him up, yeah. So someone there says something that Nasrallah is coming back. I wonder who wrote that. I guess people are disappointed in the system, or people who support Nasrallah. I don't know. That's a lot of meat. A lot. Can't even get my whole mouth around this thing. The sign says the Golan Heights. We've reached it now on the northern side of the Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee. We're crossing this bridge over here that goes over the Jordan River. It's actually really small. I don't know if you can see it over there. It's tiny. That's what counts as a river in Israel. Everything here is in the small scale. But the Golan Heights, you might have heard of it. It's that territory that was part of Syria until the 6-Day War, when Israel launched the surprise attack against the Arab states, Syria and Egypt, after they amassed their forces on the border and threatened to invade Israel, a preemptive strike. And now it's part of Israel. It's one of the most beautiful areas that we have here in northern Israel. Nathan, you were gonna say something.
Do you know why there are so many fences around here?
Yeah.
Once we entered the Golan Heights, it's because there's a lot of mines all over that the Syrians put here, so we wouldn't be able to stop here. But they couldn't either.
Yeah, it's
so stupid.
unexploded mines. Actually, there are some signs. Maybe this is one of them. You can see signs
All
and it
the
says
yellow signs.
careful mines. No, this one says dangerous
No,
turns.
this
Yeah.
yellow.
Oh, these ones, yeah. The little ones on the here. See, there's these yellow signs here.
Fences.
You can't see. It says danger mines. So yeah, those mines are like 50 years old at this point. By the way, you can see a base what used to be like a pillbox, right? Military pillbox. So these are fortifications that used to be here of the Syrians when this was essentially the border between Syria and Israel, pretty much. The Syrians were looking down.
And they used to shoot on people.
Yeah, they used to fire on the civilians down at the bottom, and that's one of the reasons why it was such a crucial strategic area when you're in a state of war with your neighbors. It's like pretty much abandoned here. He took the apostles and withdrew apart to a city called Bethsaida, he being Jesus. When the crowds learned it, they followed him, and he welcomed them and cured those who need of healing. So Jesus, this was one of his places that he preached in and performed miracles, including the one that we've been talking about in this video, perhaps next to the entrance there to the Sea of Galilee. It's a little pathway here. Syrian military post. You see? Until 1967, it says. Very dark, but here. And non-maintained road. We paid entry for this? For this maintenance?
They really don't maintain it.
So this here is the main street of Bethsaida. Jesus' town on the shores of the sea. And we see here some of the old structures, and a lot of this stuff has been uncovered pretty recently. Like, this is not a well-known archaeological site in Israel, and Israel has a lot of archaeological sites, but this one not very well known because they're still uncovering stuff over here. But if we keep going this way, we can actually view the ocean, or rather the sea. The fisherman's house. Jesus was walking by the Sea of Galilee when he saw Simon and his brother Andrew at work, casting nets in the lake, for they were fishermen. He said to them, "Come, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. Gospel of Mark. You see, those disciples, they were various people, ordinary people doing ordinary jobs like fishermen. Some of them from here, from this area, that went and became followers of Jesus and helped spread his message throughout this area. Thank God some shade has been provided for me. But maybe this location is not the best candidate for what we're looking for, considering how far it is from the actual Sea of Galilee. I mean, it's not that close. This is like a walk of several kilometers. Is there anything here even? This was the gate, the entrance to Bethsaida. We can see here some rooms of one of the buildings here. 2,000-year-old walls from the town of Bethsaida. See, according to the New Testament, the apostles Peter, Andrew, and Philip were from Bethsaida. James and John also lived there. And it was in Bethsaida, the miracle of the loaves and fishes and the healing of a blind man are said to have been performed by Jesus. And from the town, Jesus was seen walking on the water of the Sea of Galilee. Ultimately, Jesus condemned Bethsaida because its citizens refused to repent. And here we have St. Peter, St. Andrew's, and the calling of Peter and Andrew on the Sea of Galilee. This is also a trailer park over here. Right next to the source, or not the source, but the point where the Jordan River meets the Sea of Galilee, yeah? So the river, it comes from several tributaries that start outside Israel, right? In Syria, come down, form one river that then flows into the Sea of Galilee, into the Kinneret, and actually comes out the southern side and keeps going until it drains out there in the Dead Sea, or doesn't drain out. Right? It's just stuck there. That's how it becomes so salty, because the water evaporates but has nowhere to go, and what's left is the salt.
In the 6-day war, the Syrians wanted to poison the water that enters the Kinneret. So
I think they wanted to divert the water.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard they wanted to poison.
No, from what I know is that
maybe I'm wrong.
maybe they wanted to do that, but what they were doing for sure is they were trying to divert the streams that form the Jordan River in order to threaten Israel's water supply.
Because the Kinneret is the only water supply that we can drink here.
It's the main water supply that Israel has, And before Israel started really developing desalination and things like that, it was like extremely dependent on the Kinneret, on the Sea of Galilee for water. It still is. St. John Paul, the Polish Pope, right? He visited Israel in the year 2000. It was a big deal back then, and he visited this site. This is him kissing the church. And all the popes that ever were. Oh, they even got to the very last one, Francis. The Church of the Primacy of St. Peter. The primacy bestowed upon him by Jesus, which you've heard over here. So the slab of rock that you can see there, even through the door here of the church, that's where they say Jesus ate his breakfast with his disciples after the resurrection occurred. I was speaking here to one of the clergymen who works here, and unfortunately he requested not to be on tape, but he was explaining to me the story of this miracle of the walking of Jesus on the water, and saying that we don't know exactly where this miracle occurred because it doesn't describe so in the scriptures exactly, only that it happened out on the Sea of Galilee. Talking about a journey the apostles were taking between Bethsaida and Capernaum, or Beit Hanun as it's called, over here. So somewhere out here on the Sea of Galilee it occurred, according to Christians. Now, I'm not Christian.
I'm not Christian.
Nathan has a Jesus haircut here, but
I'm not Christian.
but he's not Christian. So we Jews don't believe in Jesus. We believe he was an important person, a teacher, a Jewish person, but not
A carpenter.
a carpenter like you, but not the Son of God. And as someone who's traveled to many places around the world, that can be a bit of an issue sometimes. Like, they always ask you, do you believe in Jesus? In Israel, what's your attitude towards Jesus? And when you say no, people get disappointed. Same thing can happen in Islam as well, when they ask you if you're Muslim or not. And when you say you're not, like, inshallah, one day you'll be a Muslim. My philosophy, also, by the way, in Judaism as well, you know, there are Jews who, they don't try to force their religion on other people, but they do, maybe some of them can look down at other people for not being Jews, you know? Goyim, as we call it. So every religion has, like, sometimes that kind of attitude of looking at the other in a certain way. I personally respect all beliefs, respect all religions. I think I've shown that in my vlogs over the years. And I have a tremendous respect for these sites of Jesus and the emotions that it evokes in people. So that's all I can say, regarding my personal beliefs and why I wanted to take you on this journey here today to see this place. What do you think?
It was very interesting. I went to places that I've never seen before, even
Right.
though I'm living around here. So it's nice to go around and see stuff.
Yeah, for sure. This country has endless amount of places to see. You think you've seen everything, and there's always another site. But yeah, this one, the church and the site on the Sea of Galilee. Thank you everyone for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.